Welcome to Real Estate Realities with Stacey Morrison.
I am your host, Game Face. DIRadioCast. Game Face DI. Google us. Jump away. Follow the leader. 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 All right, well, the Libra Realty Group says that. Okay, yeah. We are supporting David Granger for Guyana presidency. So David Granger, good luck on the presidency, my brother. Libra Realty Group got your back.
This is Stacey Morrison with Real Estate Realities, coming to you live from the Guyana Fund Day. I am so thrilled and excited to have in my presence an actual dignitary. I'm here with David Granger, who is currently a candidate for the presidency of Guyana, South America. Now, I am a native of Guyana, and this is really a thrill and an honor for me to have the pleasure of speaking to you today. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are, your current candidacy request, and what you're doing here at the Guyana Fund Day in Atlanta, Georgia?
Well, thanks very much for having me on your program. My name is David Granger. I am a retired military officer. I'm a brigadier general. I am the presidential candidate for the second largest party in Ghana, called the People's National Congress Reform. And right now we are working to build what we call a government of national unity with three other parties: the Working People's Alliance, the National Front Alliance, and the Guyana Action Party. So I was elected in fact as the presidential candidate, and my platform is based on making Guyana more safe, because we have a very serious public security problem. It's based also on reforming the education system, because we have a serious problem with school dropouts, and we also have an unemployment problem with young people. And I hope that by reforming the education system, we can provide a basis for giving more young people work. The other thing too on my platform is the environment, paying close attention to the environment. We don't suffer from hurricanes, we don't suffer from earthquakes, we don't suffer from tsunamis, but it's a very low-lying country on the northern coast of South America, and we suffer a lot from flooding. So the coastline is so low that it has to be protected by a seawall. So one of my main concerns is protecting the environment, particularly from flooding. So that basically is my platform. As you know, Guyana is a fairly large country by Caribbean standards. It's about the size of England, although it's on the continent of South America. The population is quite small. We are just about 750,000 people, and in October this year we'll be going forward to elections. So that is my country, that is my plan, to give our people in Guyana a better life.
Well, can you tell me a little bit about why you're here in Atlanta, Georgia at the Guyana Fund Day, and how the experience has been for you?
Well, I'm here because, as you may realize, looking around this field today, a lot of the people here are Guyanese, and I like to say that Guyana is a country where the population is divided in two. Half of the population lives in the United States and half lives in North America and half lives in South America. So although our population at home is just about 750,000, I reckon about 750,000 here in the United States. And when you look around here, you can believe it.
Right. And now my program is called Real Estate Realities, where I discuss the current real estate market and try to give some answers to questions and issues that people may have in real estate. Now, there's been a serious real estate and financial crisis here in the United States. Can you tell me if the effects of what has happened in the United States has had an effect on the global economy, and how is the real estate market in the country of Guyana?
Well, our real estate market is largely state financed and state organized, so it has not been subject to the shocks that were felt here in the United States and in other countries. Right now, our country's policy, in fact, for the last 40 years, our country had a policy of providing house lots or providing what we call aided self-help schemes to ordinary working class people. We are a poor country, and one of our policies over 40 years ago was housing the nation. So because of the low population density, which is about 3.5 persons per square kilometer, there is abundant land in Guyana, and for that reason a lot of house lots have been given out and people have been encouraged to build their own houses. So we have not been victims of the shocks in the real estate market, and I would say that we have ridden the wave, the tsunami which affected you all quite well.
And thank you so much. It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Have you enjoyed your time here at the Guyana Fun Day?
I certainly have. I met a lot of old friends. I was a military officer, so I met a lot of my old army buddies. I met a lot of civilians, people who migrated from Guyana over the last 40 years. And it feels like home, actually. It feels like home. It's almost like being in Georgetown again. And there are a lot of local foods, Guyanese foods. So I felt very comfortable and very welcome here this afternoon. It's been a real pleasure for me. It's my first time in Georgia, but I'll be here again. You can bet on that.
Well, I'm glad that you had a wonderful time. It has been an absolute amazing turnout. When I look at the field and see so many countries represented, not only from Guyana, but all around the Caribbean, it really gives me a sense of pride that the Caribbean population is represented so well here in the state of Georgia. You know, we typically hear in places like Florida and New York how large the Caribbean population, but this definitely attests to how large the Caribbean population, and particularly the Guyanese, and how much they support each other. I want to thank you so much for talking to us today. It was an absolute pleasure, and we wish you great success in your quest for presidency.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you too. Thank you.
This is Stacey Mollison with Real Estate Realities, coming to you live from the Guyana Fun Day, and we had the great pleasure of speaking with the candidate David Granger, running for the President of the Republic of Guyana, South America. Thank you so much.